It's a literal incarnation. And it is saying that it is most accessible, it's most merciful incarnation of Krishna. Tat adidevam karunanidhanam tamala varnam suhrit avataram apara samsara samudra chetach bhajamahe bhagavatam svarupam. Bhagavat Swarup, this is Bhagavatam, Bhagavat Purana, is his own Swarup, his own form of Krishna. We know every canto corresponds to a particular part of the body of Krishna, particular limb of the body of Krishna, right? Like we know, first two cantos correspond to Pada Padma, right? His lotus feet. Then third and fourth, his thighs, then belly, chest, and hands. And 10th canto is considered to be his smiling face of Krishna, right? So the 10th canto is summum bonum. It is the essence of all Bhagavatam. The 90 chapters which are described, about 40 chapters describe Krishna Lila in Vrindavan Lila, then Dwaraka Lila and Mathura Lila and Dwaraka Lila. So altogether 90 chapters, right? So this is Krishna's pastimes. It is the essence. It is called Bhagavat Swarup, and this is like a bridge, bridge, setu, bridge, by which we can cross over material ocean, unlimited ocean of repeated births and deaths, which cross easily by reading Bhagavatam, by discussing these pastimes. So this is a very beautiful program. So Srila Prabhupada gave to us a wonderful opportunity to discuss different pastimes. And if we go deep in those pastimes, we can find so many beautiful details, so many wonderful things can discover, because like Bhagavatam is like an ocean. It's called Garbha, ocean. Ratna Garbha. Ratna means gems. So there are a lot of gems at the bottom of this ocean. If you dive deeper, you can find more precious things, more wonderful, more, precious gemstones. And it's like, it is described in astrology, in Jyotish Shastra, when there's specific, very auspicious constellation, which is called Swasti Nakshatra. And there is rain coming when Swasti Nakshatra ascend, it's called ascend. So rain comes down, and rain falls on different objects and creates beautiful things, very beautiful, mysterious things. Like, for example, if rain comes on the head of the cow, particular cow which is qualified, it creates a specific substance which is called gorochana. Gorochana is very unique kind of thing which uses in what is called makeup or different things. Gorochana for deities, for deity worship. If it falls on a palm tree, it creates camphor. You know camphor? Camphor, yeah. So when it falls on how you call this in an ocean? Conch shells, like you open like this. What is it called? Ostrich, shell, ostrich. Oh, no, huh? Shell, yeah. When this rain falls on the shell, let's say, it creates pearls inside the shell, pearls. And when it falls on the head of the elephant, it produces also gems or pearls in the head of the elephant. Yeah. So this is very interesting kind of phenomena, which probably modern scientists, they don't know about that. but Shastra explained it. So, and this is ocean, Ratna Garbha, right? Which are full of gems, full of pearls, full of precious stones. And this is like a Bhagavatam. So if you dive deep, we can find a lot of beautiful, precious, transcendental subject matters which can enliven our spiritual life, can bring up our seed of bhakti which planted in our hearts, and it stimulates our devotion very nicely. So in fact, discussion of Bhagavatam is considered to be one of the main angas or methods, processes of devotional service. Bhagavata Shravanam, 5 main: Bhagavad Shravanam, Satsanga, Harinam Sankirtan, Shimurtaye, Shradhaya Sevanam, and Madhura Vas. Madhura Vas, Vrindavan Vas, Radhakunda Vas, Sevakunj Vas. So we live in Sevakunj, by the way. Sevakunj is considered to be heart of Vrindavan. Vrindavan is a place of Krishna, his eternal home. But what is the heart of Vrindavan? What is the hub of whole Vrindavan? It is Sevakunj. Sevakunj. You know that? Sevakunj, it is a very special place. Srila Prabhupada spent the 8 years living in the temple of Radha Damodar. Radha Damodar situated in Sevakunj. And all our Goswamis, our Gaudiya Goswamis of Vrindavan, Shri Rupa Sanatana, Bhakta Radhanath, Jiva Gopala, Bhatta Dasa Radhanath, all of them, they stayed in Sevakunj sometimes, or they used to come to that place and discuss Krishna Katha. That's why Srila Prabhupada called this place the center of the universe, because most elevated, most auspicious, most highest Krishna Katha has been performed there. Yeah, it's happened in Sevakunj, you see. So we live in a new Sevakunj. It's called Madhura Vas or Sevakunj Vas. It's a very essential process of devotional service, which has to be added to our practice. Otherwise, it's not. Yeah, it's very important. So Sevakunj, place where Krishna performs service. So normally Krishna, he is considered to be his enjoyer, right? He's Adi Purusham. We worshiping him, Govindam Adi Purusham. But Krishna sometimes takes a role of servant as well, because he is so much obliged and overwhelmed with emotions and with love to his own devotees that he also takes up service and serves to his devotees. And this is a place where he serves to his intimate devotees like Srimati Radharani, Kishori, in young age. Kishori means she is an age of Kaishora. It's called Madhya Kaishora. She is in age of 14 to 11. It is considered to be eternal age of Srimati Radharani. Does anybody knows eternal age of Krishna? Almost, yeah, but there is exact numbers given: year, month, and day. 15, 9, 7. You remember now? So I'll ask you next time. 15, 9, 7. This is eternal age of Krishna. He never change. He never grow beyond. He never go beyond. So by the way, all of you, all of us, spirit souls, we also have same age. And end of the age of Kaishora. Kaishora means youth. End of the youth. Somewhere there. Around 16 years old. So all spirit souls, they have same age. Like about this age. Like Krishna. So is anybody today feel himself on like 16 years old? You feel like that? Wow, you're powerful. So you're very close to your spiritual identity. You already maybe realized, I don't know, Maybe you realize your spiritual identity, you feel yourself like 16. I feel today like 70 years old. That means bodily conception of life. Dehatma Buddhi or Deho Abhiman. Abhiman means idea about oneself. And Dehi means body. Deho. So when we feel like I'm this body, so we become miserable. We feel in frustration and dissatisfaction and all these kinds of things. But when you feel like Prabhu, 16 years old, so he's like a blissful, full of joy. So this is eternal age of the soul. Every one of us, we have this eternal age. And Krishna also. So Krishna doing service to his devotees in Seva Kunj. This is very intimate, very intimate. Normally he accepts service, but now he gives service. Yeah, because he wants to reciprocate, because he wants to enjoy unlimitedly. And this gives him pleasure, because most highest pleasure in service, not in enjoyment, but in service. Yeah, everything created in this way. So if we serve, we experience unlimited bliss, ananda. So therefore, Krishna also takes up this role, and he performs service to his intimate devotees in Seva Kunj. This is heart of Vrindavan, and Vrindavan is the heart of Vraj. Vraj is a greater land. Vraj can be translated like that which from everything goes around, moving around. Vraj, everything moves around. Vraja nagachhati iti vraj means everything rotates or goes around, because everything moves around in Vraj. All cows and cowherd boys and everything, they going on pasturing grounds, they're moving around with the cows, with the calves, and they're moving around Seva Kunj. And Seva Kunj is like a hub of Vrindavan. So it's the center. Yeah. Because Krishna performing very confidential service there with his devotees. This is considered to be most intimate place. So, and now we are in New Seva Kunj. It is very symbolical, so that we live in here. So we can get this kind of we can abuse this kind of mood of Seva Kunj. We can go deeper, we can understand. So, or maybe we can think of Seva Kunj, and we can transfer our consciousness to original Seva Kunj. And this is very good. So this is very beautiful that we are in New Seva Kunj serving Shri Kishore Kishori, and we're having wonderful time in our spiritual life, and this is very wonderful connection with Raj Lila, with our original home, which is Vrindavan, and our life is meant for Vrindavan. Like Prabhupada said, we're meant for Vrindavan. We're not meant for Chicago or New York or Los Angeles or whatever, Moscow or Kiev. So we're meant for Vrindavan, all of us. And goal of life is to be with Krishna, play with Krishna, eat with Krishna, walk with Krishna, and dance with Krishna. So this is goal of life, according to Prabhupada. And this considered to be exchange of different transcendental sweet mellows of Satchitananda. So you can exchange with Krishna in different ways. And that's what Rupa Goswami also said about goal of life. So goal of life is a big topic, but he very kind of expressed it in a very condensed way. He said, goal of life is to join transcendental nocturnal dance in the pleasure groves of Vrindavan. That's what Rupa Goswami said. Very interesting. Huh? So Prabhupada said same thing, but a little bit more simple way. So this is our goal of life, to join Krishna's dance, right? And render service to the divine couple. So that's what we meant for. That's what we created for. Not for Chicago or any other places in this world to do nothing and to just loitering around and think how to engage my senses in the service to myself. So this is a life of illusion and bewilderment. So we have to come back to our original stage. All of us, we meant for Vrindavan. And it is a great news, and we are very fortunate so that we can get to understanding of that wonderful teaching given by Srila Prabhupada after maybe million lifetimes wandering in this material world. And now, so we being fortunate to receive this transcendental message. So we have big chances to realize our spiritual potential and attain supreme goal of life, enter into the Lord's Lila. Maybe Gaura Lila, maybe Krishna Lila. So Krishna gives to us free will. Whatever you want, you can join. Or you can expand yourself in many different forms, and you can participate in different Lilas at the same time. Like Narada Muni, he has a lot of spiritual forms. He enters in each lila of the Lord, actually. Yeah. So this is spiritual potential of the spirit soul. So all of us, we have these things, and by the Krishna's mercy, we can be endowed with this wonderful features. Okay, dear viewers, I can stop here, right? Time is over. Thank you for tolerating me today. Maybe you can give some feedback or whatever you like to say, or make comments. You can talk, probably. You have a powerful voice. You have powerful voice. You can talk without mic. For broadcast.
Thank you for your class again.
Okay.
It's very nice when Prabhu speak and they have such a natural inclination to receive all this knowledge and then just talk about it in a very natural way. So I was wondering, what if you could? I think I've heard before how if the devotees sometimes share a little something personal, it's like a lot of there's a lot of benefit for devotees to hear a little bit of personal experience from devotees. So I was wondering if you could share a little bit about how you came to Krishna consciousness, what attracts you, and what made you decide to wear saffron, like
Saffron.
yeah,
Oh.
rather than what is the like what really attracts you to study and read, dive into the Krishna, the Bhagavatam, and to make a choice to wear saffron.
So these are your wishes for the future, so that I can tell next time. These are your wishes for the future for me, so that I can tell you next time my story of life, or why am I inspired to wear saffron. So I'll tell next time. Because it's a long story to tell. I mean, and maybe it's boring. It's not so fascinating like Krishna's pastimes. I mean, I can say a couple of things, but I don't know. Um, Saffron for me is only option because I'm rascal, I'm fallen. If I'm gonna do something else, so I'm gonna fall into Maya. Therefore, I just like protect myself to put saffron and just carry on because it is more. What is the word? It is the best way for me how to continue on the path of Krishna consciousness. Some other options not for me. I mean, it doesn't work for me. Otherwise, I'm going to be in the Maya. I'm going to enjoy and do all this nonsense. So now I'm protected and I can carry on. I can do service and fully be absorbed in the like it's like it's a story of Gajendra elephant. It's called Gajendra Mokshana Lila in 8th canto, where the Prabhupada gives a purport, or our acharyas also. They're speaking about secure position on the path of spiritual life. Different people, they have their own inclinations in nature, and this elephant, Gajendra, he been caught by a crocodile of Maya, but he been dragged down to the water. And elephant is very great and powerful enemy or animal, but because he was stuck in the water, so crocodile was able to overcome him. Otherwise, if he would be on the earth, on the land, he would never give in or submitted to this crocodile. So he been in an unsecured position. You see, that's why he been caught by crocodile of Maya. So we have to be secure in our life. We have to take a particular niche which is appropriate to us. For example, somebody can carry on in, like grihastha, somebody like brahmachari, maybe somebody can take sannyas even. We can be protected in this ashram. Ashram means shelter, protection. So where you're nicely situated, you can perform the service in certain ashram. Ashram means protection, shelter. So you get in your ashram, you build up your ashram around your spiritual life. And it's like a Gajendra story. Otherwise, you're going to be caught by crocodile of Maya if you're not on a secure land, secure position. So we have to consider it. We have to figure out who we are and take our. Yeah, it's like that. Yeah, I'm sure you heard this story, Gajendra elephant. Yeah, that's what's actually about this. Yeah, lyrics. Um, so we can stop here, right? Jai Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, ISKCON New Seva Kunj Ashram ki jai, Shishi Kishore Kishore ki jai, Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. Thank you.
This